to That's What We Think with Connie and Steve. Hi, Steve. How are you?
Hello, my friend. I'm very, very good. Actually, it's I always say actually. I am very good. This past weekend was
Just in
interesting.
case.
Yeah, it's gonna lend itself to our topic today, which is an interesting one about intuition. This weekend, the Blue Jays were in the final games of the World Series,
Yeah.
and Jim and I, have been not paying attention to the thing because personally, for me, I'm not going to speak for my partner, but I will say I mean, I've always liked the Jays, and I knew that they were in this World Series, and I was happy from a peripheral perspective because when you're in it and you're watching this, you get so into it, you get so
Hmm.
stressed. And this weekend, we had gone to stay with Jim's sister and brother-in-law to the cottage, and they are rabid fans, so we
Oh,
got to
yeah.
watch Games 6 and 7, and it was two of the most stressful nights I think I've had in years. And I never, ever, ever, ever want to go back to that ever again. It is not
Hmm.
fun. And I keep thinking, why are we doing this? Why do people do this? It's like there's some sort of masochistic attraction to this sort of
I
pain.
don't know.
It's,
I don't
it's,
do it at all. I don't
did
watch.
David?
No,
Huh.
no. I mean, he wanted to, but I was the one watching the TV. So
Well, but the whole
I
point,
was watching. Nobody wants this.
which we will watch, which I'm looking forward to watching.
And
But
it was
this,
so much happier than
oh,
watching a baseball
but
game.
this is where the whole conversation comes up about intuition. And for me, as the game went on and they lost the first that last the second
Second
last
last
game,
one.
and I just remember watching it thinking, oh, I'm not getting. I just wasn't getting a good vibe. Although you're wishing for the best and wanting them, and I knew that the picture that the Dodgers had was exceptional, but there was just something was off. And
Hmm.
me watching them, and from someone that wasn't watching the whole time, just watching this game and watching the players, and just something felt,
Do you
I don't
think that
know.
was your intuition of thinking that?
Well, I'm going to say probably,
Yeah.
uh, but I always have hope. You always want it to be absolutely 100% that it's not going to be what you think. You
See,
always,
whenever I have watched a
yeah,
game,
yeah.
I don't ever have any kind of intuition at all of
Hmm.
the outcome of the game. In
No.
fact, usually what I think is, oh, this isn't going to end well. Just because I'm like going, because if I'm like happily surprised that they do win, I don't know.
Yeah,
For me, I don't use my intuition. I don't waste my intuition
that's hilarious.
on
I,
sports
I,
because guess what? My life personally has
I,
not changed in any way, shape, or form, whether they win or not. I don't get a bonus. I don't get a raise.
I
I
think,
get nothing other than, a few hours of stress from
oh,
watching it. Like you were saying, it is a
it's
stressful thing to watch. That's I don't watch any sport for that reason.
it wasn't even, but the feeling wasn't about them themselves. They were and still are a phenomenal team. I will say that,
Mhm.
absolutely
Mhm.
amazing, and the cohesiveness of that, just watching them all together was amazing
Mhm.
because they believed in themselves. I think from the intuitive perspective, where I was just like, eek, was because it just felt from outside of them, like the city was on them, the country is on them,
You
the
think too much
messaging.
pressure?
I just feel that. Like Rogers had this whole campaign, Bring It Home, which drove me crazy because it reminded me too much of Pierre Poilievre's gross campaign.
Oh
And
yeah.
oh my God. So that pissed me off. But I just felt this collective, just like this,
Yeah.
and that's when I'm like, oh God, the pressure, that can't be good. But
Hmm.
I get it, what
Yeah,
you're
but
saying
they
about
are they are
they're pros.
athletes, right?
Absolutely.
They're used to the pressure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you're right. Intuition can be used in many different ways. This probably is just one small example. But
Yeah.
what would you say instead of wasting your time on sports teams, Miss Connie, what have you found your intuition has been popping up in
Oh,
certain I don't know, scenarios?
well, I think my intuition gene is broken or I ignore it too much. In buying a house,
Ah,
I kept on trying to use my intuition as far as like, oh, we're going to get this house. Yep, this is the house we're going to get. Don't worry, we don't need to look at those houses because we're going to get this house. And when that didn't happen, and then the other house that was equal measured, somebody else took it, I was like, oh my God, I clearly didn't listen to my intuition. I didn't listen to all the signs that were pointing that I can now see, you know, with 2020 vision in hindsight.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
while I was in it, and I don't know if it was the stress of looking and the stress of selling and the
Right.
stress of everything, that I could not hear that intuitive internal voice, right?
Yeah.
And I'm mad at myself for not listening. And sometimes I wonder too. So I used to go to this place where I would do meditation, and we would talk about woo woo stuff and listening to that intuitive
Voice.
nudge,
Yeah.
that voice in your head. And I would always say, how do I know which voice is the one that I'm supposed to be listening to? Now,
Yeah.
that sounds like I'm hearing a whole bunch of voices, and sometimes I am.
Welcome to the club.
But I do usually have the two voices, and I kind of liken it to the angel and the devil on your shoulder, right? The one voice that's saying one thing and the other voice that's saying a totally different thing. And I'm like, how do I know which one is the voice that I'm supposed to be listening to? Because the voice that's saying, don't worry, everything's going to be
Mm,
okay, is
mm.
sometimes the voice I shouldn't be listening to.
Agreed.
And the
Agreed.
voice that is saying, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, it's going to be too scary, is also the voice that I shouldn't be listening to. So I'm
Right.
sorry, which.
It's I think it's there's a palpable feeling internally that changes
Mhm,
the narrative from that those other two voices that you're talking about. It's the one that just you cannot ignore. And I'll
mhm,
give you an example. It's not the greatest example, but I'm still going to throw it out there. When I was in Melbourne, I was sitting in Starbucks and I was having a coffee and just sitting in towards the back of the store. It was in this mall. There's a front entrance and there was a side entrance to it, just different entrances, one at the very front and one at the back where I was close to. These three guys came in, they're very young. And I just looked up and looked at them and didn't think anything of it. But then when I looked up again, I could see the three of them looking at me. And instantly, just judging from the demeanor, I started to like pay attention. And the more that they kind of hovered a little bit, I kept thinking, are they going to order or are they just going to stand there? I started to really get that ding, 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 ding inside. Something's wrong.
mhm,
Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. You need to leave right now. And then when that voice internally got louder and louder, you need to leave.
mhm.
Got up, took my coffee, and left. Looked behind me to make sure that they weren't following, but I trusted that voice because I knew that something was wrong and that
Mhm.
if I didn't leave, something was going to happen, or at least get away in time just to make sure that I was going to be safe. It doesn't pop up. It doesn't pop up a lot, but when it is something that's like an alarm bell, it
Right,
rang
right.
loud
So
and
did they
clear.
do something in that
They were
Starbucks?
coming towards the door, but then they stopped. I don't know whatever stopped them. I didn't watch. I didn't care. I didn't see. I just kept moving,
Mhm.
and that's it. That's all I
So it's
know.
not like they did something in the Starbucks.
No, but you kind of know looks if you
Mhm.
pay attention
Yeah.
when somebody doesn't want you there, or
Mhm.
somebody might be thinking of doing something to you or saying something to you. You just it sounds paranoid. I get it to everyone that's listening. It's trust me, it's not that. I do
Yeah.
not usually think that way about most people, but when I pick up a vibe, you trust it. You trust
Right.
it well, and you don't mess with it. You just don't.
Yeah. So see, there was one time where I was out with the girls, not my girls, my girlfriends,
Yeah.
Kelly and Colleen and all of them, our friends. We were in Toronto and I was going to take the subway and then the train back home. So I was leaving them and going off on my own. And the to get to the subway, it was down this short alleyway.
Right.
And right in front was this young girl, and she was crying. And I looked at her and I wanted so much. I had to fight
To
the,
stop.
are you okay? Is everything okay? And I didn't. I looked at her, I looked around, and then kept on going. And I didn't say anything to her. And I felt terrible for not saying anything. And the next day at work, I said to her, I told her the scenario and I said, I feel so bad. I feel like I should have said something to her. And Herma was like, no, 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 no. That was your angels telling you not to stop because that was probably a trap
Mm.
to get
To
you to see if something was wrong and then something would have happened to you.
wow.
And maybe I still feel terrible though. I feel like I should have said something. Like I just remember it being like if that was my daughter that something happened to her and
But something that's fair,
yeah.
but you didn't. And something stopped you from going to
Yeah.
comfort this person.
Hmm.
And that in itself, something told you maybe. Look, I know people could say, well, you're just being typical these days. Most people don't care about their fellow
Right.
man, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
But
And
that's
that's
not who you
exactly
are.
how I felt.
But that's not who
And
you
Herma was,
are.
and that's what Herma said. She was like, she goes, you were forced to not say
Engage.
something and
Yeah.
not confront this girl or see if she was okay because if you would have, something worse would have happened to you.
Yeah. Look, and I think we can point out that we're not timid people. That's neither one of us are. We don't walk around the earth going, look around, oh my God. It's not like
Yeah.
that. It's not. And as a woman or as a minority like I am, we both are, but you just learn, you have to play this game of trying to figure out, like you said, the two voices that are in your head, what's
Yeah.
real and what can you depend on. And I think over the course of the years, as you get older, you rely and you can depend on that inner voice that's telling you something. I mean,
Hmm.
I could use even a lighter example, for example, cooking. You know,
Right.
if I'm making something, there's an internal voice that's saying, that's not right.
Oh,
That, you know,
100%.
you know?
With cooking, I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
you're looking
You
at
just know.
especially if it's a recipe from Pinterest
Yeah. Oh, yeah. God.
and it's not written down right or they're missing something and it's like, wait a second,
Yeah.
I think I need some baking powder in this
Yeah.
because it's like completely not there. Like in order for it to rise, it's going to need something, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and but cooking is,
It's
I
subjective. I
guess,
get it.
yes,
However, but it's still, but experienced cooks, the more that you do it, which we are,
right? Yes.
you rely on that internal voice that says, okay, that's just enough. That's enough. You did
Hmm.
it. And
Yes,
there's the other voice that said, you know,
yeah,
that's not going to come out
kind of
right.
like the measuring with your heart.
All of it. It's there. And I know that's just a
Yeah.
very, very basic example of intuition. It still works as an example of intuition and trusting your ability to know what the fuck you're doing or thinking or knowing that
Right.
that is something you have to believe in. But I think when it comes to those two examples that we just gave, the ones that were a little bit more,
Serious.
yeah. I mean, Con, I hate to ask you. No, we talk. This is our therapy. This is what we do. Have you ever been in a situation with or near someone or something where your intuition stepped in and said, I got to get out of here. I don't think this person is safe or this isn't safe or not even about safety. Maybe it's even a good thing. Like it's just like,
Hmm.
I have to go check this out because something's telling me I got to go look at this piece of art or artwork or I don't know, something. Because
Yes, and
it,
I've never listened.
seriously,
Seriously.
like when it's
When it,
good, when
even
it's
when
a
it's good, when it's like, oh, you should talk to this person or whatever. I don't necessarily listen. There's very few times where I listen. I think. maybe I am listening. Maybe I don't realize that I'm
Maybe.
listening. But now there are games that you can play, intuitive games to improve your intuition. There's something I've seen a few times on Instagram and TikTok where somebody is holding something in their hand and you're supposed to focus on it and close your eyes and use your intuition of what it could be, and then they'll show you later on, or they'll show you in the comments what it was. I never get it right. I'm holding this stone in my hand. What kind of crystal do you think it is? And you focus on it, and I'm like, I don't know, tiger eye. And she shows it, and it's citrine. I'm like, yep, never get it right. Like I said, my intuition button is wrong.
Oh my
It's like
gosh.
it's the setting is on off. I got to
Wait.
turn it back on. So that's one. There's also like
To,
mindfulness
of
and
course.
journaling and
Hmm.
stuff like that, where you can help improve your intuition. But
But do you think that intuition is just like a fancy word for saying pay attention? You know,
maybe
maybe you need to be much, much more aware of your surroundings and what's going on in front of you rather than just guessing. I just,
I think too with me, like I said, I second guess a lot of that stuff, and this harkens back to our previous conversation about confidence. I don't have confidence in my intuition. That's what
hmm,
it is. I don't have
that's
confidence in which voice I'm supposed to listen to, or
okay.
what feeling, or where in my body it's pulling me to say, "Yep, this is it."
Yeah, I I agree with that premise because I do trust it, my intuition. But sometimes, even if it's alarm bells might be ringing, I may do still do
You just ignore
something.
it.
Oh my
Yeah.
god! Do you want to hear something funny? Okay, I'll tell you.
Mhm.
This is where I didn't listen. I saw. I went to the store to get garlic bread. I could make it myself, but I was lazy this time. And I went to the counter because I said, "Do you guys have garlic bread?" She goes, "Oh yeah, there's one over there in the section there." And I went over. It was the last one, and it was
Mhm.
crumpled and just looked. I don't know. It's something inside me said, "I don't think this is good," but I bought it anyway. I bought it anyway,
Is this when you got
ignoring.
food poisoning?
Yes, this is it. Like so, and then in my head, I'm thinking, I really don't think this is good. I don't think this is good. You shouldn't get this. But anyways, 2 days later, stomach pain, so feeling bad. But see, this is where trusting, trust it. There is a reason why there's an internal voice in there, and it's just people talk about they have here key aspects of intuition. I just went online just to look at it.
Mhm.
Instinctive knowledge, quote unquote, gut feeling, unconscious processing, and pattern recognition. All of those things are some sort of, they provide like some sort of a list of what we intuitively should know and look for
Mhm.
when it comes to that. And all of it is out there. There's psychological uh, narratives and definitions. However, it just ultimately comes down to the person on what you really want to believe and whether or
Mhm.
not you just want to be able to experience whatever it is that's going to come your way because that's what humans do, right?
Right.
Good or
So
bad.
so back to the house intuition, the house hunting intuition, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um so there is one house that we saw, and I really liked it. And I keep on thinking back to it, but there's no point in thinking back to it because it's gone. It's on the exact same street that we ended up buying this house.
Right.
And what are you doing?
I have to. I'm listening and plugging because I'm looking at the battery level on this computer and it's starting to go down
Oh,
fast. And I'm
all of a
like,
sudden
while
I'm
you
hearing you.
talk,
It sounds
oh
like you're
shit.
playing with dice.
Sorry. I'm really sorry about this. I just looked at him like panicking because like that's all we
Oh
need is
no.
right in the middle of this the bloody conversation. And I can't plug this stupid thing in. Okay, it's fine.
Didn't your intuition tell you needed to have it plugged in?
Maybe. Shut up. Shut up, Connie DiPietro. I hate it when you're right. Ah, screw it. Damn. Sorry, you're talking about your
That's okay.
house. I'll tell
So
you, the
it's
house
on the
situation's
same
interesting.
street.
Yeah.
It's on the same street.
Yeah.
It had in it everything that I wanted.
Yeah.
It even had the fire hydrant on the front of the house. And every house we've ever owned
Had a fire
has
hydrant?
had a fire hydrant. And Abby pointed it out. She was like, look, there's a fire hydrant. And I still said, let's wait. Let's
Why?
wait because there was another house that we saw that was brand new. It was like 5 years old. So it had all the new everything. This was an older house,
Yeah.
born in 1992. Built in 1992. Well, maybe it is
Maybe it
born.
was
Who
born.
knows? Built in 1992, and that one is a brand new one.
Right.
And that one was holding offers, which should have been the ding, ding, ding alarm bells going off in my head saying, don't do it. And we should have done an offer right then and there on that one, but we didn't. So we still ended up on the same street, anyways, not the same house or style of house or whatever. And it's still a lovely house. It is really a nice house. So I'm not. It's just it wasn't that
It
house.
wasn't the house that
The house that I thought
was going to be the house.
was going to be the house.
Yeah.
Right.
That makes it
So
hard.
now I'm wondering if it's my fault because I didn't listen to that gut feeling, or if it was the universe that was like putting obstacles in my way to confuse me so that I'd end up with the house that we got. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry. So we're blaming the universe. Oh my
Yes.
God, I love it.
So that it can direct, because sometimes like going into a car and then all of a sudden there's a lot of traffic. The traffic is delaying you because if you would have gotten to the place that you wanted to get to at the time that you would have gotten to, something else would have happened. So the universe delayed you. So maybe.
Everyone, I'm silent laughing, just so you know.
He's not silent laughing. He is fully laughing.
I'm laughing at my friend. I can't
As I'm
help
trying to make myself feel better.
Oh, honey. Oh, Con. I know. Look, this isn't. I know we're talking about intuition, but this journey that you've been on with this whole real estate fandango, whatever, it's been. I think you can chalk this up as a learning experience. I do think I absolutely, because everything was just not how it was supposed to. It
No,
really wasn't at all.
Easy.
And because they had such a very short span of time to find something new, it's been like you can see her face. Like it's the decision's made, but the whole question of what if I had trusted that internal voice?
Right.
Where would that have gone? But you can't keep doing that because ultimately it's gonna break.
Well,
It's gonna
no
keep
point.
you up at night. You know.
It has.
It still has.
Oh, it has. Of course, it has.
Oh, Con, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Jeez. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I know.
Yikes. Is this the only area of this level of intuition where you're like, yikes, I made the wrong. I wasn't sure if this was the right.
Well, I don't know if I made the wrong decision at all.
True, you don't, right?
I don't. And that's the thing. And that's what I'm saying is, okay, well, maybe I made the wrong decision, but maybe I didn't. Maybe this was supposed to be the way it was supposed to work out.
That's different.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know until you're in it and you can see.
Or you never know. Right?
It's true. Well, I should ask, like, what do the others think? Do they love the house? Are they excited?
Oh, everybody likes the house and everyone's, David keeps on saying that it's not going to be our forever house. And
I'm feeling that.
Yeah.
A little. I think you are too. Just a smidge.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Although I don't want to do this again.
I know. I don't think we have a choice about that
No,
this life now, because
right.
our lives are not like our parents. Having that ability to say, okay, we're going to stay here forever. It's just certain. It's not
No.
working out that way
Well,
for any of us,
no. And
right?
according to Emily, it can't be our forever home because most people end up, their forever home is a space where they could be level locked,
Yeah,
meaning there's no
that's
stairs, it's
right.
all one floor,
Yep,
whatever, right?
yep. I
Um,
think that's coming for my mother and Hensley. I can see that,
yeah,
going from one, two, three, four levels to one is exactly what should be
yeah.
happening. So that's why even with you, I don't think this is. I think
Hmm.
this is the temporary landing before you start thinking
Before
about
I,
smaller and getting into. God, could you see yourself in a condo? Does your
no.
intuition tell you that's going to be it's coming?
No, 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 no. I couldn't
Really
see myself in a condo at all, for a couple
interesting.
reasons.
Why
Because one, I do not ever want to have to pay
condo fees?
condo fees. Like, what is the point of not having a mortgage and then now you have condo fees that are a mortgage?
Insane.
It's stupid. Yeah. And I understand why, I guess, because the amenities and everything that you never use.
I still can't believe how much Jim and I were paying at our last place. And we didn't have nearly the amount of amenities that a lot of other condo buildings had, but because it was a small building with only 15 other tenants, this is why I say don't buy boutique condos, get a regular one, please, where the
Yeah.
condo fees are at least a little bit more manageable. But I get that.
Yeah.
However, what popped up recently, we were talking about this over the weekend, was because we're Gen Xers, if they would reconvert malls into senior citizen centers for people
Oh.
like us. And
So we,
I laughed, but I thought I could see that happening because
yeah.
it would suit us. However, just back to what you're saying, I get that when that intuition, that feeling, that internal mechanism that's guiding you to tell you, yes, that's it. You did it. Like when you're writing a test and you intuitively know, I got this. I
Yeah.
got it. God, it
Well,
could be
yes.
related
How
to
many
confidence.
times though have you, yes. How many times have you written a test and gone,
Oh my God, I hate
I
it.
know I got this one. And you get the test back and it's
And you
like,
didn't?
nope,
Yep.
that's not what I did at all.
Well, maybe that's stupidity. I don't know.
Yeah, but
Maybe not. I don't
sometimes it's
know.
not, right?
Yeah,
Like
I
sometimes,
know.
or you think that you did really poorly and then you did well.
If you listen to it, it could be helpful. If you listen to it, it could be a hindrance. You just don't know. I don't know. That's the one thing
Hmm.
about this topic and about this
Have you
particular
ever
emotion.
ignored? Have you ever ignored your intuition?
Oh, hell yeah, garlic bread.
Oh. And how did that turn out for you?
Exactly. Well, here's something interesting. It's so scary. It shouldn't be, but it is. One time we all went out to dinner and we ended up in this park. It was very dark. And it was Jim, myself, and his sister and her husband. And apparently there was this guy that was sitting on this bench. And Jim and Karen were like, we got to go right now. And I'm like, why? What's going Jeff and I, what's happening? What is it? That we're leaving now. And they're like, okay, off we go. And then Jim was like, you guys may not have been paying attention, but Karen and I were. And our intuition told us this guy is bad news. We could feel it. I'm like, we didn't. So it's one of those things where they trusted it. We left. I don't
Hmm.
ask questions. It's just,
Hmm.
okay, if that's what you feel, we'll go with that.
Right.
But we don't
Yeah,
know
but
if it
there's
was,
no
we don't
there,
know.
exactly. There's no evidence to say that their intuition was right.
Right. But if you trust it, if you know, if just, I don't know how else to explain it. And I'm sure
Yeah,
maybe somebody out there could do a better job of trying to explain that internal feeling. I mean,
like
there's
a
people.
knowing.
I mean, when you think about people that have gotten into, quote unquote trouble, like bad trouble,
Hmm.
if they had a feeling, if something was off, or if they're just, I
But
don't,
maybe they were. this
You've
sounds
done enough.
terrible, but
Yeah.
maybe that they were supposed to get into that trouble. Maybe like that was part of their growth or their lesson
Oh,
to learn about how to, you know what I mean? Like,
isn't that
I don't
awful? Like when
know.
you think
It
about
is
that,
awful.
Con, when you've written your books and you've had to do research,
Hmm.
your books are rooted in dark and horror and characters in certain respects. Have you ever, in your research, stumbled across stories about people who maybe intuitively had known that they were going to end up in this position, but couldn't stop the this is where it's supposed to go, but intuitively you knew that this is where you were going to go. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Does that make
I don't
sense?
know.
I don't know. Like it's like you are a hitchhiker and
Hmm.
you get in a car and the story is, well, you're looking at the driver and you're realizing, oh, I don't think this is
Where
I
I'm
don't
supposed to be.
but I can't get out, but I still got in the car. I looked
Hmm.
in and I made a decision, but internally I was thinking, maybe,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Yeah. And so with something in that, like I've never done any research with stuff like that, but
that'd be a great
um,
story.
yes.
Yeah,
However,
yeah.
with that, I do think that like is that intuition that comes too
Mm,
late. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
at that point, they're already in trouble, and now they're realizing, oh, this is a bad situation. But that intuition came too late. So what good is it
It's
then?
not good. Well, that's it. But I do think every human being on this planet has an inherent intuitive brain.
We're right.
we all have it.
Right.
But how
We
we
all
act
have it.
on it
Yes. And
is
I
different.
think that it is things that are genetically passed down. Even animals have it. Animals
Mm,
know to be afraid of humans because instinct and history has proven that humans are pretty bad to animals and they have guns and they'll shoot them or kill them and whatever, right? So they know to be afraid. They don't just come up to you on their own accord,
mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm.
And vice versa. We know that you don't just go hug a bear, even if you just you want to, because they're so cute, but you can't go and hug a bear because you know
I don't think they're cute. I think they're terrifying, to be honest.
bears. Oh my god, they're so cute. You just
Oh
want to.
my
They're so
lord. No.
round
Jesus,
and
no.
and furry and fluffy. You just want to be able to like give them a big hug and
Have you ever
nuzzle them.
looked at a polar bear's eyes? There's nothing there.
Oh no, they
They
look
are,
so cute.
oh, no. No,
However,
no.
again, though,
Right, right.
instinct tells us, is that instinct or is that just like,
Well, do we use, I know some people use dogs as their intuitive guide to figure out whether a person is, I don't know if that's a
right?
fair decision to make
So
or
one
not.
time, Emily she was maybe 2 at this time.
Yeah.
I'm holding her in the grocery store, and one of the owners of this particular grocery store was there, and Emily kind of comes closer to me and she retreats from the person that I was quickly talking to, the
Yeah.
owner of the store. And she goes, I don't like that man. He's bad.
Oh my God.
He is a terrible person. My brother worked at that grocery store and he would say how terrible he was.
Yeah.
And I
She,
think kids, much like dogs or cats or whatever animals, are more in tune to their intuition as far as knowing sometimes who
who
is
is,
good and who is bad. They may not know how to express it. And I think a lot of parents don't listen to them all the time,
agreed. Yeah.
unfortunately. But I think that when a child does not want to sit on somebody's lap,
Mm-hmm.
listen, because that is their intuition.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why as adults our intuition has it seems broken because as kids it wasn't listened to when we would voice
True.
these
Concerns.
concern or thoughts or
Yeah,
ideas, it was dismissed as,
absolutely. Oh, you're
don't
just
be
afraid. Don't be
silly,
silly. Don't be
don't be
afraid.
silly.
It's
Oh, it's the person's beard
absolutely.
or whatever,
Yeah.
whatever it could be. Um, or even, oh, I don't want to go into that house. That house looks creepy, scary. Um, yeah. So there was one house that we went into,
Yeah.
and my intuition to that house was,
Hell no.
this house, there's something in it,
Okay.
in the
I
basement.
believe you.
And it was not an old house. I mean, it was like
No.
a 90s house.
No.
And it was very nice. It was redone nicely and everything. But yeah, I think there's something there.
Oh, I'm with you. I,
And
st-
when it's a house,
oh, I have
right?
something bigger with
Yeah.
that then because I absolutely believe you with that.
Yeah.
Trust it.
Yeah.
I stayed in this hotel in Memphis and it was a really nice room that they gave me, but the hotel wasn't fully booked. And it's one of the older hotels, built in the 1800s or 1900s, but it was an old grand hotel. So my room, I had to walk down this hall and then to the left to get to my suite. And it was so quiet, straight out of The Shining. Those wide corridors, the carpet, the doors. It's lit, but it just still feels like it's just an ick. There's just a feeling. And I don't know if that's intuition or if that's my imagination. It could be both. I don't know. But I just thought
Right.
something bad happened here. Obviously, all hotel rooms have stories.
Yeah. Well,
But
that's a good place for people to decide to
unalive
unalive
someone?
themselves or somebody
Absolutely.
else.
That's right. And I've always been fascinated by that type of stuff as well, simply
Yeah.
because I know every hotel has a story to tell.
Mhm.
And but when you're there and you're walking down a quiet hotel hallway, it's creepy.
Yeah.
And my room was 2 levels. They gave me this really nice room. Now I'm wondering why. And I never, it was beautiful, but I never once in the 4 days that I was there, I went down to the fancy area where they had chairs and a little kitchen, and I would lock the door. It just creeping me out. Still to this day, it sticks with me. It's the only hotel I've ever felt
That and
uncomfortable.
yeah.
Uncomfortable, but I still stayed because the bed was comfortable.
Well, yes, you can't,
You
you
know.
don't want to deny yourself a really good bed.
But I mean, it's just it is.
Do you
I don't
think
know.
that there's a difference between intuition and knowing? So there's like that knowing that something is going to happen,
I think it leads to.
or is, and
I think it starts as intuition and leads to. I think that's
leads to
the
a
knowing.
knowing,
Hmm.
right? Like
Yeah.
even like something, I'm trying to think of an example of what I
Hmm.
mean, but just knowing,
I
like,
think.
okay,
Yeah.
so my example is I knew we were going to do this together.
It took 50
I knew,
years, but
I knew that we would end up doing this together. I knew years, decades ago that we would end up doing this together.
I remember.
And I didn't know when, I just knew. I don't know if that's
I
intuition
don't think
though.
that's intuition. I think that's just manifestation. I also think I think it's you in the basement doing these spells. He's going to do it. He's going to do
Oh,
it.
maybe.
But no, I don't know. I think that's just wearing me down to finally getting to the point where I was going to do it. But I do think that when it comes to intuition would be, Connie, if I like knocked on your door one day and said, "Hey, I got the equipment. Let's do this right now," because intuitively I also felt, okay, this is it. This is
Yeah,
because it's more than just one. There's an energy involved with intuition, I
right.
think,
Yeah.
and like I said, it can be positive, but I also find that it tends to happen more towards the negative intuitive. The more cautious, the more awareness outside of our brain, that
Hmm.
intuition tends to stick out more. Um, Intuitively, uh, I will say one positive, which is gym. And I'm sorry, baby, but I'm telling everybody. Like the minute I saw him, I was like, I'm gonna marry that man. I just
Yeah.
knew. I knew it intuitively that
Yeah.
this he was the one. Now, of course, that could be a knowing too. I don't know, but I just
Hmm.
knew, and I trust that. And it was the same thing again on the opposite end of the scale with what happened in Melbourne, uh, and something similar happened in Berlin, and I just trusted it. I just it's about trust. I do think that,
Hmm.
and not questioning yourself, just knowing that you have to believe that sometimes your brain is right about a
Right.
situation without questioning yourself whether it was or not.
Hmm.
You're not questioning yourself now about the decisions you made. You are, but you're not questioning why it came about because you knew that subsequently you just knew that
Well,
maybe this wasn't the
right.
right,
Like
right,
the universe pointed me in the right direction.
different direction. Yeah, yeah.
Right. I know that this was all supposed to be done. I know that it was that where we are going is where we're supposed to be.
Mhm.
I know that.
And that's exactly what you need to know. It's the
Yeah.
same with us. And
Yeah.
that is what we think is what intuition is all about. And of course, we're happy to hear what your intuitive thoughts are. We always appreciate listening to
I am intuiting right now. Intuiting?
intuition, what is it? Uh, it
My intuition is
fair enough.
that just see, this is how what writers do when they can't think of the word, they just change the sentence. My intuition is telling me that Steven's computer is about to die,
Yes,
and
it is.
and that's why he's going, come on, let's wrap it up.
And my intuition to share with everyone is make sure you have a proper cord to make sure that your computer does not run out of juice when you're in the middle of a recording session. Jeez, it really sucks up a lot of energy,
Of course
eh?
it does.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, but yeah, it's as per usual. I'm glad intuition or whatever manifestation or whatever it is that got us to do this podcast together. I'm so glad we're getting to
My
do it
spell
now.
work.
Yeah, exactly. Every day is Halloween in Connie's house. God. I'm sorry, I keep bringing it up. I think the gates of hell is our next podcast. I swear. It's
You
so
say
funny.
I'm a witch like that's a bad thing.
Oh my god, I love it. But anyways, we were saying we absolutely would love to hear what you think about intuition or anything that we're having to say on our podcast.
Add your comments to the bottom of this podcast, whether
Yeah,
it be on Spotify, iHeartRadio, or Amazon Music, or wherever it is that you're listening to your podcast. We'd love to hear your comments.
yeah.
Give us a like, a follow, so that you never miss an episode. And thanks for listening.
You see my Tim Horton shirt?
I do. You know what? I was going to mention about that earlier, and
Yeah,
I love it.
it's the old
It's like
school
an
Tim
old, I
Hortons.
was just going to say, it's an
Yeah,
old fashioned Tim Hortons t
when
shirt.
it was great. Remember, Connie?
Oh my
Oh,
God.
oh
We
God.
should do an episode of when things were good.
Do you think we'll get in trouble for that? Who cares? It's a
Who
perfect topic. Yeah,
cares?
exactly. Oh my
It's our
God.
opinions. It's
That
what we
list.
think.
Oh yeah. I saw something recently online where they were showing all these things that are gone from our childhood, like
Yeah.
stuff that we're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And Tim Hortons was great in our
Yeah.
back in the day. But
Yeah.
anyway, not to plug Tim Hortons, but just saying.
Well, yeah, we never know. Maybe Tim Hortons will send us some coffee or something. When we do our episode.
We're becoming more blatant with our greed now, which is making me laugh. Does our intuition tell us that they will? I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe.
Right?
Maybe
Anyway.
that's why you intuitively wore that T-shirt. because you knew that Tim Hortons would contact us and say, listen, we'd love to sponsor one of your episodes.
Oh, don't make me choke. Oh my God. We're so ridiculous. Anyway, I love you, my friend.
Love you too.
And thank you to all of you guys for listening in. And yeah, keep in touch. We hope to entertain you in the. Well, God, I can't even get the words out. Connie, just finish for me.
Thanks so much for listening. We'll talk
Thank
to you
you.
soon.
Yeah.
Bye, Steve. Love
Bye,
you.
God. Love you too.